Okay, so let's show you some of these things here. So number one, name the top card after a random cutting. Well, maybe before we do that, let's just do a little bit of practicing here. So if we know the identity of the bottom card, which we can see is the 6 of spades, what must be the value and suit of the top card? Well, think about how this deck was made. So if you want to imagine just moving this one card and setting it on, whoops, I'm giving it away, setting it on top of the 6 here, what would its value and suit be? Well, all we need to do is add 3 to its value, so we get a 9, and then we need to remember clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. Diamonds comes after spades. So the top card, if we see that the bottom card is the 6 of spades, then we already know something. We know the top card must be the 9 of diamonds, which it is. Okay? So no matter how you cut it, you can immediately state the identity of the top card. Now you do have to do a little bit of thinking when it comes to the face cards. A jack is counted as an 11, queen as a 12, king as a 13. So if you add 3 to 9, you get 12, which is a queen. The suit that follows hearts is spades. So the top card should be the queen of spades, which it is. Okay, let's do just a few more here. Oh, this is a good one here because it's a harder one to think through. So here I have a jack. So think 11. Well, if you add 3 to 11, what do you get? You get 14. Now we only have 13 card values in a standard deck of cards. A king is a 13. So 14 would have to be the card that follows, the one that's, quote, after the king. Okay? So one way to think about it is think about 14 and then mentally rewrite it as 13 plus some other number. Well, 14 is equal to 13 plus 1. So the card value for the top card here must be an ace, and its suit must be a club because we're wrapping back around. It's clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. After diamonds comes clubs. So it'd be ace of clubs at the top, which it is, ace of clubs. Okay? So I think that's the first thing to do is just practice a little bit. Here we go. Here I'm getting all the face cards just randomly here. Okay, so I have a king. Well, if we add 3 to that value, we get, of course, 16. What is the card that's 3 away sequentially from the king? Well, it's the 3. And because it has a suit of hearts, it would have to be the 3 of spades on top, which it is. Okay? So we're essentially doing arithmetic modulo 13 because 13 for the king's value plus 3 is 16. Well, what is the remainder if 13 is divided into 16? Well, the remainder is 3, right? 16 can be written as 13 plus 3. Okay, so boy, we're getting all the hard ones here. Okay, this one's easier. So we add 3 to the value of the card, so we get 10. What comes after hearts? Spades comes after. So this would have to be a 10 of spades up here. Okay, so in particular, what this would mean then is if you were to, perhaps perform a Charlier shuffle or just have the deck randomly cut, and then if you were to kind of square it up, catch a little peek of the top card there as you square it up, which is a natural thing to do. You're just straightening up the cards. You can see that there's a king of hearts on top, So you add 3, it's going to be the 3, and the suit that follows hearts is spades. So without the spectator even really knowing it, you know the identity of the top card after a random cutting of the cards. And if they don't catch you kind of glimpsing that bottom card, it's going to be inexplicable to them that how could you possibly know that the top card is the 3 of spades, okay? But you do, and it's mathematics that allows you to state that. Okay, so with that little bit of practice, let's go ahead and look at number 1. So it builds on some of the skills that we were just looking at. So what this involves is you just kind of thumb riffle down the side of the deck and ask the spectator to tell you when to stop. You'll just stop randomly. So maybe you stop there. So what you do is we're going to cut this to the bottom, but this gives you plenty of time to spot the identity of this bottom card. Okay? Now you have to realize the spectator hasn't a clue that the identity of the bottom card will in any way help you know the identity of the top card. They haven't a clue, okay? Unless you've kind of given away something. Okay, so remember, a queen is a 12, plus 3 is 15. 15 can be written as 13 plus 2. So we're looking at the 2, and then of course it's the spade here. After spades is diamonds. So you can just immediately state, I think this feels like the 2 of diamonds. Oh, I got it. Okay, so you would just have the spectator tell you when to stop, and without making a big deal of it, kind of glimpse the identity of that top card. This one will be fairly easy. So you see that it's a 10 of diamonds. So think 10 plus 3, 13. Well, that's the king. What follows the diamond? Well, the club. So this will have to be the king of clubs, which it is. And you can get really, really fast at this. And all you have to do is catch a little glimpse. The key here is to not stare. Don't look directly at the back. Just kind of look above or almost look at the spectator, but out the corner of your eye or out of the bottom portion, I guess, of your peripheral vision. Just spot what this is. So this is a jack, which is an 11. So 11 plus 3 is 14. And so that would have to be an ace that would follow it. And so, of course, what follows hearts is spades. So this one is an ace of spades, and you can state that. Okay, let's do another one here. So you just kind of, you don't show them the bottom card like this. I mean, you just, the key is to, in the process of kind of moving that top portion that the spectator has dictated as, okay, cut there and move it to the bottom, that's when you glimpse it, okay? Now, for educational purposes, I'm kind of leaving it up for you to see. But you just quickly glimpse it. So I see a 6 of hearts. So in your mind, think, okay, 6 plus 3 is 9. I know the card value. What follows hearts? Spades follows hearts. So it'd be 9 of spades would have to be the top one, which it is, okay? A 10 plus 3 is a king. King of hearts, of course. Oh, finally, we got something different. 4 plus 3 is 7, so it's a 7. Clubs is hearts, 7 of hearts, okay? So practice that. It won't take long. So you glimpse of 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. What follows hearts? Spades. So it's 5 of spades, okay? And when you do this over and over again, the spectator is going to just be absolutely blown away that you could possibly know so quickly the identity of the top card where you've cut the deck where this spectator asked you to. That's the surprising part.